Hello Stampers, it's Debbie with Stamp It with Debbie, and I'm here for the 12 days of Christmas. Today is day 1, and I'm going to be showing you over the next 12 days how to create a 3D project that you can use to pass out to friends, neighbors, co-workers, service workers, anyone that you choose. If you need a little secret Santa gift, this would be perfect. And so over the next 12 days, I'm going to bring you a gift to create out of using paper and stamps every single day. So be sure and stay tuned. If you're following me on Facebook, be sure and follow me over on YouTube and hit the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any of the 12 days of Christmas or any of my other projects. Today we're going to be using The Greatest Part of Christmas. This is a host stamp set, and you can earn this for free with a party of just $150 or more. So we're going to be using a greeting out of here that says Happy Christmas to all and to all a good night. And I thought that coordinated really well. I am using the Holly Jolly Designer Series paper. And I'm just going to untie this so you can see what's inside. Inside I've put a couple Christmas tea bags. One is Holiday Berry and one is Winter Spice. And you could also put little individual packed cookies in here, a Ghirardelli chocolate square. Just use your imagination and put something fun and exciting in there, and whoever you give it to is certainly going to love it. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this one aside real quick and show you what we're going to need. Now for the other one I used Cherry Cobbler. This one I'm using Garden Green, and this is cut at 2 3/4 by 8 1/2, which means you'll be able to get 4 of these out of one piece of cardstock. 8 1/2 by 11 cardstock, I should say. I also have 2 pieces of designer paper. Again, that's from the Holly Jolly 6x6 stack. These are cut at 3 inches by 2 1/2. And then I have this little piece I'm going to be using the back. That's 1/2 inch by 2 1/2. I'm also using the Stitched Shapes dies. This is cut out of Very Vanilla, and this is the medium circle. And then I also have the layering circle, scallop circle, and I just cut that one size bigger than this, so it gives it just a little accent of a different color. So those are the pieces that you're going to need. We will need our scoreboard, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. And we're going to score the piece of Garden Green on the long edge, which is the 8 1/2 inch. There is quite a bit of scoring, so if you need to, go ahead and pause the video and reverse it if you need to, and watch it as many times as you need. We're going to score this at 1/2 inch, 3 3/4 inch, 4 1/4, 7 1/2, and 8. And that's all the scoring. Now we are going to use the detailed trio punch, and this has 3 different ways that you can punch. This is a couple little flowers they could punch on the end. This is maybe you could put ribbon through there. This is the corner rounder. We are going to round not the end with the 2 score marks here at the end. We're gonna round the corner with the one that just has the 1/2 inch score mark. So go ahead, whatever corner rounder you have, round those corners. And then we do want to fold on all of the score lines just to make sure that our box has a good fold when we're putting it together. And now we can go ahead and put our designer paper. So this is going to be right here where we just rounded the corners. This is going to be our top. So I'm going to lay this out. Again, the rounded corners are here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the designer paper on the top of the front. Now it's up to you. I did put the paper on the front and the back. That's what this other piece is for. But if you don't want to put it on the back, you don't have to. I just think it kind of completes it, just gives it a all put together look. Now this other little piece, because it's Christmas trees and this piece was going sideways, I decided to put a little accent piece on the side. And so I'm going to put that red side. You want to make sure that all of your lines of your paper are lining up as best they can on the side here. You're not going to see it a whole lot once you put it together. And then we just need to do a little bit of stamping. And again, we're going to use that Happy Christmas to all and to all a good night. And I'm using cherry cobbler ink. So I'll just stamp that right in the middle. And then this piece is going to attach directly to my layering circle, just in the middle, so you can see that little bit of edge going around. And then I wanted to add just a little bit more to my piece here. So I took my Stampin' Blends markers and colored some of the rhinestones. And I decided to put some of those here. We do have a lot of rhinestones through Stampin' Up! They're already colored, but I decided that I wanted to make these match the cherry cobbler of the ink. So I'm going to put those right there. And again, that's the Stampin' Blends markers, not the Stampin' Write markers. The Stampin' Blends markers are alcohol based, so you can color on pearls, glass, metals, anything that you want to, and it will dry pretty quickly and it will be pretty permanent. Obviously if you scratch it, you will scratch off the surface, but it's pretty permanent. All right, so now we're gonna open up our box here, and I'm just going to put my tea bag in with a couple glue dots. That way it doesn't stick too much. You could use tear and tape, but I'm a little worried that it would pull the tea bag open. So a glue dot offers just the right amount of stickiness to hold those in there, and they're not going to fall out of the holder. So now we're ready to put this together. So on the side, this little edge just folds in, and this one's going to fold over on top of it. Now before you put your greeting on here, we do want to put the ribbon around the box so that it will be attached underneath, and we'll be able to easily open the box and close the box without taking the greeting off. You just want to make sure that you have enough so you're not going to short yourself. And here I am using the crinkled seam binding ribbon, and I'm using that in crushed curry. And I do like to just run a little line of adhesive right here in the middle. Make sure that I have even amounts on both sides, and then I'm just going to kind of stick it down. That helps in getting it tied, and the ribbon's not going to fall around, and when the receiver opens this up, it's also not going to pull the ribbon out from underneath the greeting that you made. So we're just going to tie this in a bow here on the end. And I have way too much ribbon, but we can cut that down a little bit. And I'm just going to cut a nice little banner at the edge. And now I want to, put this greeting on with a couple dimensionals. And I want to be careful about where I'm putting the dimensionals. So here is our greeting. We want to make sure and put the dimensional at the top and the bottom so that it clears over the ribbon. And then there you are. How easy is that? And fun. And like I said, you can get 4 out of 1 sheet of paper. This is a great gift to give somebody, just to say I'm thinking of you, and it doesn't take too much time or too much expense, and they can definitely tell that you care about them because you took time to make something handmade. So again, today is day 1 of the 12 days of Christmas. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow for day 2. And if you miss any of the videos along the way, you can definitely go back to my YouTube channel. You can find me at Stamp It with Debbie, and you can catch up anytime. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you again soon.